Bible study lesson. For today, we're going to be talking about uncovering your God-given purpose. So, unfortunately, for so many people, they're going to go through life without having the chance to uncover their purpose, because as young, we're taught that we have to go out and find our purpose. But the truth is that our purpose has always been inside of you. But the confusion happens when you try to pursue your purpose in the world. And that's how people's jobs, relationships, passion, and etc. become their identity, because they are seeking their purpose in that. They go and pursue that career because they believe that their purpose is tied to it. They go pursue that relationship because they believe that their purpose is tied to it. They go pursue XYZ because they believe that their purpose is tied to it. The worst thing that you can do is to leave God out of your plans and find your purpose in the world. The thing about purpose, though, is that it can't be found in your passions or your career that you plan to pursue, because passions change and fade. A career or a job, they can come and go as well. For example, when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor, but now, I no longer have that, passion to pursue that. So you cannot put your identity within these things, because they're not, these things aren't eternal. They are bound to change. They can come and go. Your purpose will always remain, and in order to uncover it, you need to go to your maker first, because it is him who formed you with purpose. It was him who holds the blueprint of your life. Psalms 139:13-16 tells us that, "For you created my inmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." He was with us when we were made in the secret place, and that he knows all of the days of our life that are set before us. In the beginning of the chapter, it says that God has searched us, knowing every thought and move that we're going to make. He knows all of that. Then Jeremiah 29:11-13 reaffirms him that he is the architect of our life. It reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." Most of the time, the problem is that we're not seeking him. We're seeking our own way or our own plans, because we're afraid of the unknown, of giving up that control and giving it to God. And we become our own gods, believing that we can do it on our own. That self-idolatry leads us to seek opportunities that we feel will make us successful, but instead we end up lost and disappointed, and even farther from that destination where God is trying to lead us. To give you an example, imagine that you're completing a jigsaw puzzle and you have all these pieces, and you're just gonna do what looks to be right. You're gonna completely disregard the picture, not gonna follow it. Just gonna do, what looks right, what feels right. This part seems to go here, this part seems to go here. Okay, yeah, that seems to be right. But then you take a closer look at it and, maybe this piece doesn't seem to go there actually, or, that part doesn't look right. So on first appearances, it looked like you knew what you were doing, but in reality, you had no clue because you failed to look at the picture to follow the instructions. In a similar way, the worst thing that you can do is leave God out of your plans and find your purpose in the temporary things of this world. And that is what the Israelites did when they rebelled against God. And of course, God wasn't pleased. and because they weren't following his instructions. Isaiah 29:15 through 16 reads, "Woe to those who go to great depths to hide their plans from the Lord, who do their work in darkness and think, who sees us? Who will know? You turn things upside down, as if the potter were thought to be like the clay. Shall what is formed say to the one who formed it, 'You did not make me'? Can the pot say to the potter, 'You know nothing'?" Isaiah 30:1 through 2 reads, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt." So, just think about this story. Are you like the Israelites, rebelling against God and his plan and his purpose for you by seeking it within things of this world? Are you not even asking or listening for his instructions? God is gracious and he is a merciful God, so he's willing to give it to you and guide you. But there's always grace-filled correction and discipline that awaits those who try to do it on their own. If you've been doing it without him, it's not too late to repent. It's not too late to go to your Maker for the plan of your life. That is the first step to uncovering your purpose. You must first spend time with God, and it is within that secret place that he will reveal his plan to you. He says in Jeremiah 33:3, "Call to me, and I will answer you, and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know." When I wanted to discover my purpose, the first thing I did was to go to God in prayer, and I knew that because he was my creator, that he already knew what he wanted me to do. And don't just stop there, actively wait and listen for his voice by fasting. Fasting is one of the best ways to get clarity and to clearly hear from him. You need to make sure that nothing is distracting you from hearing his purpose for you. During that time when you pray and when you fast, take the next steps in what he's telling you to do. God will give you specific instructions to start preparing your heart and your mind for what God has to come, but you can't receive that revelation if you don't spend time with him, or if you just follow what the world or others deem as, a success. So if you're desperate to uncover your purpose, then take time to spend with him. And I mean true time, so you can build your relationship with him. Don't be like the Israelites, bringing all of these trials and troubles on yourself. So if you're letting other things or any other person other than God give you instructions on what you're destined to do, then put them back in their place, because it's God who holds that blueprint of your life. It's not anyone else. He's already created that plan, but it's up to you to ask him to reveal it. Tend and take care of your relationship with God by spending that quality time with him, and he will be more than happy to share all the things that he has purposed in your life. He will be more than happy to share all of the things that he has in store for you if you seek. And yes, it's normal to be scared and afraid when it comes to thinking about finding your purpose or thinking about what your future holds. And if that's you, then it's important that in this phase of your life that you begin to pray, that you have a prayer life. You can start off small by praying for a couple of minutes when you wake up or when you're about to fall asleep. Then you can slowly begin to add on more minutes, from 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 15 to maybe even 20. Pray and ask God that you may be able to surrender to his purpose, that he may guide and direct you, that you serve your purpose throughout your entire lifetime. Pray that God would use your circumstances, your situations, and your gifts and your talents for his unique purpose and glory in your life. And when you face various difficulties and dangers, sufferings, problems, and trials, remember that it is connected to the fulfillment of the many plans that God has in store for you and for your life. Because when you are on that journey to uncovering your purpose, it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. Your purpose won't be unveiled in like a couple of minutes, in a day. It's going to take a while. And it's those difficult situations that you gain clarity and you gain understanding, and that you form a deeper relationship with God. And as we were taught in the last lesson, you need to know that God chose you. He chose you specifically. He chose you before you were ever even born. He made you in His image. He knows your name. He knows your heart. And even today, He still chooses you to go out and fulfill that special promise that you may not even know yet. He chose you to do great things and to do good works for His kingdom. Therefore, you are not to look for your purpose in things of this world and that are not eternal, because He is the only one that is eternal. He is the only one you should be looking towards when it comes to unveiling your calling. So for these next couple of days, I encourage you to read the Bible and to pray specifically for direction, guidance, and clarity about your purpose, so that you may be able to walk in alignment with what God's plan is for your life. That is all for today. I hope you all took something from this, and we will have another lesson next week. God bless, and I hope to see you